Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Scrap Mechanic Survival. I wanted to make another episode about my vehicles, elaborate a little, and also I made some changes since the last episode. If you watched it, you know that I've explained over there that I like to make updates to my vehicles because you come up with new ideas. Recently I've been playing car what was it called? Car mechanic simulator, like simulator. But so I've watched, actually I've learned how to make a real life suspension. It's actually a pretty nice game if you want to learn thing or two about cars. And I wanted to implement that, or try at least implement that, being limited by the blocks you have in this game in my vehicles. So also I watched Khan's gaming video. By the way, pretty nice guy, pretty very nice channel. You can learn a thing or two in there. So I recommend watching this guy's videos. But he actually had a video with the wishbone, double wishbone adjustable suspension. Well, it's very nice and everything. It's adjustable, it's very cool, but it's also very, very big, and you actually need to build like the whole car around it. And I came up with a little smaller solution, like inspired by that one, and also a little bit by like a regular vehicle. And it does its job very well. It's a really nice suspension, but yeah, instead of actually elaborating about my vehicles, I'm going to complain a little bit about the FPS in this game. And let me explain why. Well, it shows like 50, 45, which isn't really that good for this game, as I normally had like around 100, but you can clearly see it's not 50. The game is very choppy. It's not even 48. It doesn't even feel like 30. It's closer to around 17. It wasn't like that. It might be caused by the upgrades in my well, let me go step by step. First of all, it's not the hardware issue. If you watch the previous videos, they were smooth. I never had any frame rates issues in this game, like real frame rate issues. They happen sometimes. I know about the block collision bug with the massive frame rate drop. I learned it when I was building my truck. And when you don't make the door close properly, or when some hatches don't close properly, when some things are loose and they like grind against each other, there is a bug called block collision, and it shows, well, the whole creation acts very weird. It's very wobbly. Everything goes left and right. Like all the person, like whoever actually encountered this bug knows exactly what I mean. Whoever don't, well, I hope you never will. But if you will, if you see it, you will notice instantly. Everything just starts moving on its own, like even like shaking, changing places. So this is not the case, as you can see. Pardon my French, but this is steady as fuck. This is the greatest suspension ever, and the car drives very smooth, both of them, because I actually changed the suspension on both cars. They both drive very nice, very steady. But what the hell is going on with the FPS? Look, it dropped now to 40, 27, now it goes back to 40, but clearly you can see the picture is not smooth. So what's going on? And I mean, this game is still in early access, so since it's not the hardware fault and nothing else, I've spent whole Sunday actually stripping both of my cars out of everything actually functionable, because, well, first of all, this car, it has like, right, it's a grinder with both front and top grinders, and they work separately on separate controller. It also has a chainsaw, and it also has grabbers for the chainsaw, right? It also have like a moving container for the whatever, right, resources and everything. So But there's no block collision. I made everything with pipes, so nothing actually was grinding against each other. Nothing is loose over here. Everything worked perfect, and I didn't have any FPS issues with this car previously. So, well, my main complaint is really, what's a builder game good for if you can't build something more complicated, actually being limited by the FPS drop? Well, I mean, right? Seriously, this is insane. And I don't even have that many creations. I only have like those two cars that are like a little bit more complicated than the rest of the stuff. It's just those two cars and really nothing much else. I have like semi-pro farm. It's also not very complicated. There's no logic gates, there's no timers, it doesn't even collect stuff on its own. I need to come over and collect it manually. It just plants stuff and waters it, and that's it. It works on like on one slide and everything, and that's it. Well, none of that stuff actually caused any FPS drop before. So yes, this is really bothering me. I never really had to. This wasn't an issue for me since 2004 when I had to upgrade my very old and shitty PC to play World of Warcraft. So I never had an FPS drop since then in any game. I mean, if I can play Red Dead Redemption 2 and I can enjoy like Assassin's Creed Odyssey on this hardware, then there shouldn't be any problem with scrap mechanic, right? Right. So this is early access. Please fix it, because that actually completely ruined my game, and I don't feel like building anything else. I don't feel like, taking apart my creations is not the solution for this. That's not why I worked for. That's not why I came up with all those ideas. So please, developers, please, please, please fix this game, because it's a beautiful game and I wanna keep playing it. I've already spent over 300 hours in this game, and I don't even own it for like, what, 3 weeks maybe. So I didn't bought it many years ago. I didn't even knew about it many years ago. I bought it when the survival mode came out. I played only survival mode. I'm not very interested in creative mode, because when I play a game, I want to feel a purpose to what I'm doing. I want it to have a meaning, right? The creative mode is maybe fun, sandbox thing for an hour or two, but after that it loses all meaning. So I've never actually played creative mode. I only played survival, and if I'm limited with my creations by the FPS drop and this choppy performance, and I'm just going to have to quit this game for a while until you're going to fix it for me, guys. Please, please fix it, right? So, and if any of you who's watching this video, thanks for that, by the way. If any of you encountered the same thing, please let me know in comments if you actually managed to fix it somehow. So, all my settings are actually on high, on ultra, everything, right? But I've always played like that and it wasn't a problem with anything. So, and I'm not even really sure if it's the car, because when you put it on a lift, if it's only that problem, it should be fixed. The FPS goes up significantly to 90, but the game still isn't very smooth. So it's a little better, but it's still, it's obviously it doesn't look like 90 FPS. I mean, if a human eye can notice it's not smooth, then it's not 90 FPS. Let's face it. So, yeah. And what's a car good for if it's going to be on a lift all day? I want it to be useful. It's fucking awesome. So yeah, fix it please. Thank you very much for watching, and bye bye.